Hello, this is Willis's World, back with another guide, this time on the Hashashin succession. That's a tongue twister. Don't try to say it 3 times fast. But with this character's kit, this is more the PvP based kit for this character, but it's also his primary kit, so this is what you'll be using to level. About the extent of the playstyle that I would recommend, you use 5 abilities, use those 5 abilities on cooldown, and whenever they're on cooldown, back left. Straightforward enough. But those abilities actually have some pretty nice effects to them. You got L's Breath, which turns into a hurricane and summons a lot of them, and they all converge on your target to create a bigger one with a bigger cleave. You've got your Piercing Tornado, which is just a quick mobility thing to quickly engage the enemy. You have your Quicksand. I believe it was Quicksand. Yeah, Quicksand. It's a channeled ability, but that ability also applies stiffness to all targets and stuns on last hit for PvE, and for PvP, if they are still in it on that last hit, they are stunned. Hence why it's decent in PvP. Because in PvP, you can do that into a group of enemies, and I guess that was a Black Spear's Rage. So I'm going to wait for cooldown again, because that was not an accurate depiction of what would happen. But you can do that, into dashing into it, into smashing the ground. There is some flows you can do with this kit, but they're not able to be comboed over and over. Which is why I say, hold your left. Because the thing about holding your left with these abilities that are being spammed on cooldown, which you will want to spam on cooldown, holding your left will activate Shadow Splitter. It is a 4-hit ability to 10 targets, spammable 15 health regen, and it also decreases their defense points. So that decrease in defense points means you're doing that, and then you suddenly go into this to start up the tornadoes, go into it and slam the ground. That entire combo will have DP decrease on them for it, which means you're dealing more damage to them. And it is some seriously chunky damage. But about the extent of the gameplay, whenever Quicksand's available, throw it, and then if L's Breath is available, pop that, and then go into your, I always forget the name of that ability, Piercing Tornado. I don't know why I forget that. So it's that, and if you see how my L's Breath is still on cooldown, you just instantly go Piercing Tornado. Whenever L's Breath is available, you want to pop your Quicksand, pop L's Breath afterwards, and then do your quick Piercing Tornado. And once you've done that, basically the essence of the flow of it, you go like this. Then L's Breath is in there just for some extra hits for the course of that, and some extra hits while you're waiting for the next one. And then you're just spamming back left mouse. Now whenever you're actually hit and your health has dropped a massive chunk, like you're at 50% health, that is where you'll pop your chosen blade. If you saw all of those red crits show up, for every hit that was just done by that, it's 20 HP. It is a decent heal, but it's not a heal I very much like, because it is a stationary heal with no forward guard, no super armor, no sort of defense with it. So if something is to smack you while you're channeling that, and if they knock you down, they stun you, they freeze you, they daze you, any of those, it stops the heal. Which is why I recommend just backlefting, because if you're knocked out, you can go straight back into that. If you're knocked out of this, you have to wait 12 seconds before you can do it again. So that's only a worst case scenario heal, but do know that it's there. Oh fuck, I popped wrong skill. Fat fingering, that will happen to you a lot. So the extent of the kit, throw your quicksand, pop L's breath, quicksand into it, descent in after that, and then just back left spam. And then just pop it as you get them available again. Which really is not that long of a time. And that is probably my favorite way to pop the Chosen Blades, that stationary heal. Because once you have gone Successioned, which is after Awakening, your Owl's Breath will actually turn you into one of the tornadoes too. And if in the Chaos they don't know where you are, you can then go over to a distance placed, and then pop your Chosen's Blade and get that heal from it. And then there's numerous ways to get out of that. You got your Shift Directional, which will let you teleport. You got your Piercing Tornado, which will just let you move forward, and you cannot be staggered out of that. Or, you know, if you have 20 seconds to spare, you can always just wait on your Owl's Breath to be available again and just tornado out. Basically, the extent of this kit, you play with a lot of tornadoes. Basically, you want to be a wind god with a lot of control over the battlefield and some decent HP recovery. Succession is the one for you. This kit is able to annihilate people in PvP. Due to how many hits the Owl's Breath does, you get that up and you have them stunned, and then that's even before you activate other skills. While this is up, Owl's Breath alone creates 5 twisters, and each twister does 840% times 1 hit to a max of 36 hits. So if you're on the target already and you pop Owl's Breath, all the tornadoes will be starting to hit, and I have actually already done the math before, and all I gotta say, it's a lot of hits. You'll be doing over 200 hits over the course of this skill, which lasts 10 seconds. And that's with you just popping that once, and then you can go into your other skills while it's still doing those hits. If you're wanting a character with just a absolute metric shit ton of hits, this is for you. However, that will be the end of today's video. That is all I have found with the Succession. There is a grab, but with the grab nerf, it means you have to be right in the fray, and you can actually not grab someone who is already stunned, which I have tried. I don't know if it's just my PC, or I don't know what's going on, but I for some reason cannot grab someone who is already controlled. Which, I mean, with Hashashin I guess is fair. But that is it for the Hashashin Succession, and that is Willis's World. Outta here.